Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you could strum through a song called Jesus Is My Rock by Reverend Gerald Thompson, kind of working off that version. And it starts out with an intro around a C major chord. When we play C major, and we're going to end up capoing this on 3rd fret to match the recording. But the way you play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string with a high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And our intro, actually, we just do a lot of the C major, actually, until you kind of hear the oh, and then we kind of do 2 C's and kind of go into our main verse chorus. But on the C, a lot of times with a song like this, I like to use something called a strum pattern. One of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if we tried that through the C for the intro, we'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Our main chorus part, and we start on C major, and then we do another C major, and then we go to an F major chord. And we'll talk about an easy way to play that. But if you know the bar F major, you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, a good substitute for that, though, is something called F major 7. When you play F major 7, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7, so you want to use that for your F chord. And then we go back to C, and then another C, and another C. But then we go to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G, we're going to be going back to C, and another C, and then an F, and then back to C, and another C, and another C, my F, C. And then we kind of have a waiting C at the very end. So we tried that with our strum pattern. We'd have C with a down, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, down, C, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up. We'll basically be repeating that with kind of some variations until we get to our vamp for the end, where we stay on C major for a long time and then kind of come back in on the F and the C. Now the weird part is to play along with the Reverend Gerald Thompson version. Instead of starting on a C major chord, you're starting on an E flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your C major is really an E flat major, your F major is really an A flat major, and your G major is really a B flat major. But to take it from the very beginning, we kind of have our intro around the C, where we just do the C, down, up, down, up, 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 C, down, up, down, up. And then kind of go into our main verse chorus. We tried that with our down, down, up, down, up. We'd have C, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, C, down, down. And we'd basically be repeating that for our next verse chorus. Now another variation that you may want to play around with, and this is a little weird, but you can kind of do almost kind of a down, up, and then kill the strings with the right hand, do another up, kill the strings, and then do a up, down. So you get a cool variation on the strum pattern. So you have down, up, kill it, up, kill it, up, down, up, kill it, up, kill it, up, down, up, kill it, up, kill it, up, down. So for the kill it's, I'm just kind of throwing my hand down at the strings, which might be kind of cool because that might match the rhythm a little bit better. So we tried that through our chorus. We have C, C, F down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, up, G, up, down, G down, up, down, up, C, up, down, up, C, up, down, up, F, up, down, up, C, up, down, up, C, up, down, up, C, up, down, up, F, down, up, C, up, down, up, C, up, down, up. And then we'd be repeating that part and kind of going under our bridge with the same form. Now something else I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the C you'd have the A for the bass. On the F bar you'd have the low E string for the bass. On the F major 7 you'd have the D for your bass, down, up, down. But on the G you'd have the low E string for your bass, down, up, down, up. So we tried kind of that bridge part which is really kind of that same form with bass notes. We'd have C with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, F with the bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, F with the bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. Now another feel I would think about through the song too is something called country feel. This is mainly because of what the bass player is doing. And a lot of times on the C chord, what a country bass player would do is play the A string for the root of the chord, and then you kind of do it down up on the chord to fill some time. And if you take your third finger, you could go to the low E string on the 3rd fret to play what's called the 5th of the chord. And if we were root position, this would actually be a C note to a G note. C, D, E, F, G is 5 away. So you could go A string on the 3rd, and then move it to the low E string on the 3rd around the C chord, kind of for your C chord. And then for the F bar, you could do the low E string for your root, and then A string would be your 5th if you're doing the bar F. On the F major 7, you could do that same trick from the D string 3rd to the A string 3rd. And on the G, you'd have the low E string to the D string for kind of root, down, up, 5th, down, up, root, down, up, 5th, down, for a low E string, down, up, D string, down, up on that G chord. So we tried that through the form, kind of doing the country feel. We'd have the C with an A bass, low E bass, C with an A bass 3rd, low E bass, down for the root, down, up, 5th, down, C with the root, down, up, 5th, down, C with an A bass, low E bass, C with an A bass, root to low E bass, but then you got G with low E bass, D bass, G with low E bass, D bass, C with an A bass, low E bass on the 3rd, C with an A bass, low E bass, F with the bass, 5th, root, 5th, and then C with an A bass, low E bass, C with an A bass, low E bass, F with the bass, 5th, C with the root, 5th, root, down, up, 5th, down, up. And then that last time actually is kind of where the female vocalist kind of takes over. It's a little weird. We actually kind of go through most of our form, but the last CCFC gets cut off for the vamp that stays on C. So if we tried that with the country feel, we'd have the C, C, F, C. But what you may want to do is even kind of take all those ideas that we're talking about and try and mix them up. So it might be kind of cool to kind of alternate between all these different ideas too. Like the down, down, up, for the bass, down, up, or the country feel, or the down, up, down, up, and then right there, we'd actually hit our vamp, which is just all around the C chord. And you could actually kind of do that through the C too. So you can kind of play around with all those different ways that we were talking about, kind of, playing the song. And then you can kind of find a way that works for you or alternate between them. Can be kind of a cool thing. But on we stay on the C chord, and we end up doing 4, 8, 16, 24 C's before we go into kind of our outro, where you got kind of that C, C, and then an F, and then kind of a big C at the very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Jesus Is My Rock by Reverend Gerald Thompson. So good luck!